When you think of childhood, you think of the good times and not the bad times. At least I did. Except for back in high school. I had two friends, Allie and Becky. We grew up together. We were considered the Three Stooges. We all had dreams to grow up together, go to college, and be friends until the day we died. As great as the dream that was, sadly it never happened because of drugs. First, it started with Becky. Her family was poor and did a lot of drugs. She swore she would never be like them and she was going to be better than all of them. Until that subtle day, her stepmom, her one and only person who supported her through everything, died. It put her into a dark place, and she thought the only way to fix this problem was to start using meth. We were in 10th grade when she began this destructive path. I watched her wither away, and no matter what I said, she kept getting deeper and deeper into her addiction. Soon she got caught up in the wrong crowd, and soon disappeared from Allie and I. Eventually she dropped out, and that was the end of her. I never saw her again. Then came the worst of it all. Allie, the beauty of our close group, the dancer, the one who had it all. She started hanging out with her older brothers and started smoking pot and popping pills. She had a wealthy family, so it was easy for her to get what she needed. Eventually, she got caught up in the craze of partying and running away. That again, I lost another friend. I went to one high school party with her, and I myself never really got into the whole drug scene, and I didn't believe in the hype of it all. I watched her do a few lines of cocaine and then hand it off to some poor, unsuspecting girl who just wanted to fit in. She did one line, looked up at everyone, turned white, and began convulsing. Sadly, she's no longer here to tell her story either. But look, it just took one time. Drugs have taken over our youth, in the last 15 years so severely. I'm 28, and I thought drugs were bad when I was in high school. Now it's even worse. All the new drug names like Molly and Crocodile and all the other crazy things that kids think are just so fun to do, they're not. Reading the lists of drugs that are easy to get for teens these days is so saddening because you wouldn't think that in our society and with as many parents as we have and parents that say they care, you wouldn't think that it would be that possible. From a website I read, drugfree.org, it explains the main drugs our youth are addicted to is bath salts, which make you hallucinate, make you zombie-like. You've heard the stories in the news of the guy that did the bath salts and bit someone. It's horrific, and it's terrible that people would want to take something to make them feel that crazy. Ecstasy and herbal ecstasy, cocaine, cough medicines. Cough medicines, who would think that cough medicines would be something that kids would take to get a high, get a rush? It makes you tired, and what they do is they fight it. They fight the sleep, and so it becomes more of a rush, like they're hallucinating, like they're floating on clouds. Antidepressants, Adderall. Adderall is supposed to be a medicated drug to help children or even adults with ADHD or ADD, and people are taking Adderall so they can party longer and hang out longer. Reading the list of these drugs are for teens that they can get is just truly saddening to me. More than $482 billion is spent on drugs and alcohol abuse a year. Isn't there a way to stop this madness? Only 20% of our youth is talked to by our parents about drugs and what they do. And those 20%, normally, they don't do the drugs because they know about them. Why is that 20% and not 80%? Why isn't 100%? There has to be a way to put more awareness out there to kids and to their parents. On SADD.org, it shows that nearly half, 44% of American people, kids, have tried cigarettes by 12th grade, and 1 out of 5 are still current smokers. From 2008 to 2009, illicit drug use rate among youths 12 to 17 years old increased from 9.3% to 10%. Why is this happening? Isn't there something we can do about it? I myself don't agree with letting our kids try it out or learn from their mistakes. I do believe in it in some aspect, but not when it comes to drugs. Our communities are more worried about what Kim Kardashian is doing with her hair than we are about the fact that our youth is slowly deteriorating in front of us. Kids are dying because we have not put out enough effort and enough care to actually get rid of some of these crazy drugs. I believe that speaking is the true stopper to this issue. Visualization. Show them what these drugs do to you over time. Why aren't we going to the government to help with drug control? It's like they want to keep the drugs around because it's the only way that they can keep going. We make it look like drugs keeps our world turning. Eventually our world will stop and our youth will be gone. Do you want that? I sure don't. My son's 5 months old, and I sure don't want to see him go down any path I've seen other children go down. So let's do something about this and stand up for our youth and our youth's future. It's worth it.